What's up, good people? It's your boy Zay, and I'm back with another video. Now, this video is definitely going to be a little bit different. As you can see, I'm recording it from my laptop, so excuse the blurriness or whatever. I'm gonna definitely have to get a new webcam. But I've recently did a poll asking which video did you guys want to see first, and the overwhelming majority asked to see how do I plan to use the rolling fours to reach financial freedom. So today in this video, what I plan to do is give you a brief explanation of what the rolling four strategy is. I'm going to walk you through the numbers I plan to use, so to be totally transparent. And then I'm going to tell you how you can implement it yourself. So that is what this video is going to cover today. And the reason why I'm using Zoom to record it is because I want to do some screen shares and actually walk you through the numbers, because I feel like that'll probably be what is most beneficial. Now, before we get into all the good stuff, of course, I need you to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I am trying to reach that 1,000 mark. And if you guys could press that little button to subscribe, it will really, really help me out. As well as don't forget to press that notification bell so you can get all the notifications whenever I drop a new video. I have a lot of new content up my sleeve, and I'm just about to be dropping it. Drop it like it's hot. So I appreciate y'all rocking with me. And without further ado, guys, let's get into the video. So first things first, what is the rolling fours strategy? I'm going to try to keep this as simple as possible and break it down. All right. So the first part that you need to understand is that the rolling four strategy is a strategy that puts a strong emphasis on long-term positions. We're talking 2 to 3 year positions. Okay. Like, it's not a day trade. It's not a swing trade. It is a long-term investing strategy per se, because these positions are going to be held for longer than a year and a day, which classifies as long-term because of how the IRS would tax it. But again, I don't want us to get caught up in the minutia of long-term and time frames, because at the end of the day, what you really need to take away is that the positions that you're going to enter, you need to be willing to hold them for at least a year and a day, and sometimes even longer, depending on how long your contract goes out to. So the thing that I want you to take away from what I just said is that it's a strategy that puts an emphasis on long-term trading positions, okay? The second part of the rolling fours is that it's broken down into quarters, hence rolling fours. So every quarter, you are going to find, whether it's a stock or ETF that you've done research on, that you want to take a position out on because you believe there's growth ahead and you want to try to capture that growth, right? So every quarter, you're going to invest what you can, because that's another thing I want to emphasize is that do your numbers. Don't worry about what everybody else can do, or, the example that was given by the GOAT Mark. He used 17,500, but just use the numbers you can, because this is your race and you have to put the emphasis on you. And so every quarter you're going to invest what you can afford to invest, and you're going to find, like I said, a stock or an ETF that you want to take out a position on, and you're going to evaluate which the furthest contracts they have out. You use your strike price calculator that you can get from the Come Up series. I'm gonna tag all this stuff. All right, I'm gonna put it down in the description. I'm gonna tag their YouTube channel, because a lot of stuff they have already done the legwork for you. I'm just a messenger. I'm just one of the shepherds. Okay. So you would use your strike price calculator to determine your strike price and that you want to get. And every quarter, you're going to buy those contracts and you're just going to sit on those positions. That's basically what the rolling four strategies is. And then as it comes to, I guess you could say, maturity, or where you want to exit the position, this is where the rolling part comes into, because what you're going to do is roll that profit into another contract and repeat the process. All right. Now, I know that's probably a little bit confusing, and this is exactly why I did the screen share, because what I'm going to do now is actually pull up a spreadsheet that I've created for myself to kind of figure out, okay, what numbers am I comfortable with doing and where can that get me? All right, so let me pull my spreadsheet up in a second and I will share my screen. Boom. All right. So I know you guys are looking at these numbers like, whoa. So let's go through these numbers, right? So the rolling forward strategy explained with numbers now. Like I said, remember, it's a long-term strategy, or, it's a strategy where you're putting emphasis on long-term trades, and you're using options to put these positions on. So based on research that I've done, as well as the great advisement from the Come Up series, on average, you should be aiming for 500 to 750% returns on these long-term positions. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be skeptical and like, there's no way that can happen. But once you immerse yourself in the world of options, you know that these type of returns are actually possible. So I would highly, highly advise you to do your research, read up on it, get acclimated with the options world, and learn as much as you can before you really dive in. But these type of returns are achievable. I do want to say that. So for me, how do I plan to implement the rolling forward strategy? So let's go through my numbers, right? So September 2020 is where we are, and quadruple witching is about to happen, or it's pretty much in place now. So for year one, I'm going to invest $5,000 into a set of contracts, and with the plan to hold them until at least March 2022. Now, you guys are probably wondering why March 2022, because the contracts that have been released are for January 2023. And you want to at least hold that position, for half that time. So if it's a 3-year position, you want to at least hold it for a year and a half. So if I count back from January 23, half that time, it puts me around March 2022. Now I can hold it longer, because again, this is basically a 3-year contract. So I can hold this for 2 years to 2.5 years, but I'm going a little bit conservative, and I'm saying somewhere around March 22nd. So don't necessarily get caught up in these exit dates. What I really want you to focus on is the return on investment, because that is the objective. The goal is to either get 5x, 7.5x, or 10x on your returns. How much time does that take can depend on the contract. Because the thing you really want to take away is that when you're using this rolling forward strategy, you're really paying for time. As like Mark likes to say, you're paying for time, which is so key, because you can reach your target within a year. And if you do, you have that option to then roll it up into another contract. And we're going to get into that. Actually, we probably won't go too deep, because I feel like I will, to do it real justice, I want you guys to really go look at the Come Up series, because they really walk you through the ins and outs. For this example, I want to walk you guys through my numbers and be transparent, so you can see how you can implement it into your situation. All right. So as you can see, I plan to do 5,000 this first year. My goal is 750%. So I've found some ETFs and positions that I'm going to get in. And my goal is that when I reach 750%, I will look to roll my contracts up. Now, I'm assuming, like I said, that it'll be around March 2022, but could happen sooner or later. Who knows? So as I said, you had now rolling forwards. I said it's every quarter. Remember, December is going to be the next quarter where newer contracts. Now, if we are saying that September, January 2023 contracts are available, well, December, it may be March or June of 2023 contracts are available. And when those are available, again, I plan to do another $5,000 with the expectation of a 750% return. March 2021, another quarter. This is all still year one because I'm starting September 2020 is when I plan to start this strategy. 2021, another 5,000. 2020, June 2021, another 5,000. So all in $20,000 is what I will be looking to put into this plan year one, with the expectation that I should have 150,000 by the time these positions mature. Now they are stacked. So it doesn't mean like, oh, I'm gonna get 150,000 year one, right? And as I walk you through this math, you'll actually see how this is what I'm rolling, okay? Now we get to year two. So now it's a year later. So you come back and maybe you're watching this video and it is now September 2021, September 2021. And now I'm going to do another 10,000, right? Or no, actually, I'm sorry. By that point, I plan to be doing 10,000. We'll have some debt paid off and stuff like that. So I'm pretty sure we can do $10,000, right? December, $10,000 with the expectation that I get 750% return. All right. Now here's where it gets good, right? This is where like the magic happens. When I get to March 2022, remember the money that I invested here in September, I said I'm hoping that it matures around March 2022. If it does, then that means I don't need to invest 10,000 out of my pocket anymore. I can use the profits from the original 5 that I invested today in September, right? So if it matures at 37,500, when I get to March 2022, that's the roll up. Instead of me having to use 10,000, I'm gonna use the profits from that first original 5,000. Now, I don't have to use this whole 37,500. I can take some off the table and maybe do 30,000, right? Now, but I'm not going to do that because you have to commit to the plan. If you want financial freedom, you have to commit to the plan. So that next quarter, when this money is maturing, plan to roll that up and do the same thing, right? And it's just a rinse and repeat. So you can literally, now that you're probably following along and you're seeing it. So year 2, total contribution will be 95,000. However, it's only 20,000 of my own money because remember, this is profit that I'm rolling up, And if I want, let's just be fancy. I'm going to do this live and take out my initial investment. So I did 5,000 from there and I did minus 5,000 here. So now I'm just going to take out my initial investment. So instead, I'm going to do 32,500, 32,500. Now here's where it gets different. Once I start upping the money, I'm gonna be a little bit more conservative. So I'm only aiming for 500%. Now remember, we said with this strategy, the average is 500 to 750%. So I'm going to the low end. If I go over 500%, great. If I hit 500%, great. And so as you can see, with the money invested in year 2, I am expecting a return of $475,000. I know these numbers are getting crazy, right? Now let's go to year 3. Again, this is money that I invested back in March of 2021 that is maturing around September 2022. God damn. All right. So again, let me take out my initial investment because I'm going to take some money off the table. Boom. And as you can see, my numbers is changing, but they ain't changing too much. All right. So now I've invested all my profits from that first year, all right? And now what happens is I'm coming up on my year 2 profits because in September of 2021, I did 10,000 and I was hoping that it would mature around March 2023. And if I'm aiming for my 750%, that 10,000 would be 75 grand, all right? So matures in 2023. When it gets here, let's take a little bit. We want to treat ourselves. I'm gonna take let's take 25 off the top. We're gonna pay ourselves a little bit. By this point, we've been committed I think we deserve a nice little payout. So instead of doing a full 75, we would do 50 grand and 50 grand rolling them over, right? Now, again, I told you these numbers are getting crazy. So when we go to September 2023, I'm rolling that over. But you could be looking at rolling over $162,000, right? So again, let's treat ourselves. If it's 162, maybe we'll do a full what's that be? 12,500. Make it 150,000. Yeah, I like that. Nice. I like even numbers, so I'm gonna take that off the top, right? Actually, I'm gonna take that off the top, the whole right here too. And I hope like going through this math live really helps you guys. Make sure you comment below if this is helpful. If not, you can comment below. It was trash. I won't be offended. I'll just find a way to make it better. Anyway, so now that I've taken out profits and reinvested my monies from here and here. So rolling up September 23. So my payout, if I get 500%, would be 162,000. Taking some money off the top, and I'm gonna do the whole 150 and roll it. And as you can see, by year 4, when you're now rolling your March 2023 profits, you can expect that if these mature in the year of 2025, look at your end goal. Look at my end goal. And if you can use these numbers, then it would be your end goal too. But 3 million is where by 2025, my positions could be maturing and paying me. Now, that doesn't mean I'm gonna stop. I'm definitely going to keep this strategy going and continue to roll. But at this point, I'm set. I know that I can do 150,000 per quarter, and and subsequently when it matures, that's going to pay out approximately 750,000 per. And because it's stacked, you're constantly going to be getting paid. Every quarter, you're getting paid, right? So that's how you got freedom. And so hopefully going through my numbers was super helpful. Now, the last thing that I want to end on with this video is how can you implement this yourself? The way you can implement this yourself is literally by doing what I just did. Figure out what numbers you're comfortable with that you can invest. So if I change these numbers to 1,000, you'll see where you can end up. All right. So if you just did 1,000 for, from September, December, March, June, September again into December of 2021, this is, before you have to, before you can start reinvesting your wins. So actually, my math is going to be off because I took out profits. So let's get the real numbers here. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. Hopefully y'all are enjoying this video and seeing these numbers. Ooh. So even with $1,000, you see what's happening here, guys? This is with $1,000. It don't take a lot. Look, we getting closer and closer. What are we gonna end up at? What's that? 687 going to change to? Boom! $750,000. Excuse me. $750,000 by contributing 6,000 total, and then you just reinvest your profits. So if you invest $6,000 and continue to reinvest your profits, don't take anything off the table, by 2025, your positions could be maturing and paying you $187,000 per quarter. Amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Now I know somebody probably watching this like, it's not possible. This is a scam, whatever you want to call it. My rebuttal to that would be, go check the Come Up series. Just go look at that burner account. And if any of y'all like been rocking with the crew, y'all know what we do. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So I know a lot of people are probably gonna be skeptical. And the beauty is I can't wait to take you guys on this journey with me. So as we play this, as this plays out and these numbers start to happen, we're gonna go back and be like, damn, back then he said that. And then more people will believe and will be brought into the process. But for those who are true innovators and early adopters and are going to jump on this first, this is for y'all. This is what's going to help bridge that wealth gap. This is what's going to start the Black Renaissance period. And I'm so excited to be a part of it. I'm excited to help usher it. And like I said, I'm just a shepherd. I'm just a messenger, servant leader, and trying to get this message out and push it out in a way that I know how best. And so again, I hope that sharing my numbers, being transparent was super helpful. Again, what I'll also do is this spreadsheet here. I'm gonna give this a freebie, so I'm gonna link it down in the description. You guys can download this and use it to play with your own numbers. Other than that, guys, yeah, drop a comment if you like this video, what you didn't like about the video. If you want to see more of these type of videos, I definitely plan to keep you guys updated on my journey. So once I do make my first investment, I'll do a video tracking what I invested in, how it's going. Like maybe I'll do like quarterly updates because I don't want to watch it every day because again, it's a long-term position. Don't look at it every day. And so I'll probably do like quarterly updates or something like that to show you guys like, okay, here's how my September position is doing. I'm about to enter my December positions and so on and so on. But guys, listen, I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Again, like, share, subscribe. Let's get this out to all the other first generational wealth builders out there who are, looking to, build that legacy. And as always, guys, I appreciate the support. I love y'all. Stay blessed and peace out.